What they do, y'all. What's up, Aces and Jewels? Hopefully you all doing well. What's up, Tribe? Yeah, we back with another one. As you can see, I got a special guest, my ace. I had to bring him on deck. Go ahead and introduce yourself, bro.
Yo. That's your boy Fat to Death.
Okay.
Fat to Death, man. That was my childhood nickname.
Okay.
You feel me? When I was rapping and, into that music, you feel me?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So we coming back with a special one today. What we're going to talk about is the struggle of a Don, right?
Yes, sir.
So y'all stay tuned, all right?
Yes, sir.
All right. What they do. This your boy DP.
This your girl T.
And we're the Geminis Gemz, representing for the Geminis across the world, giving our own Miami perspective.
For sure.
So you can follow us on all podcast platforms at Geminis-Gems.
Also follow us on Instagram, Geminis_Gems, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Geminis Gems.
Hey, make sure you like, follow, you comment, and you subscribe.
Yes.
And make sure when you type it in, it's Geminis with the S, Gems with a Z. And what we do, T?
Drop them gems.
Drop them gems. All right, so we back. A struggle of a Don, right? So understand that, us as men, aces, right? We go through struggles in life, right? We go through things in life, and sometimes we have to have a testimony, right? We got to have a story to tell. And so that's why I brought Fat to Death on deck.
You know it.
As an ace to basically inspire as well as encourage and give his testimony, right? And so we're going to start basically from his beginning to where he at right now. The struggle, yes, is real,
yes,
right?
Sir.
I hear everybody in every ace and every jewel does have struggles. So, let's go ahead and chime in. So understanding with the struggle, we have fights, we have difficulties, right? And so go ahead and expound on some of your difficulties as a youngin', that how you made your transition from going through the difficulties into, your trial tribulations, and then how you overcame. All right.
Yeah.
So go ahead, bro. Let it drop.
Yeah, man. I raised in Little Haiti. You know what I'm saying? That was my stomping ground. I was born in Miami, you know what I'm saying? And you already know everybody is influenced by their environment.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
So, I mean, when I was a youngin', I'm talking about, I was a straight A student, man. I was in school. I wasn't even one of those, young kids running around in back of people's backyards and knocking on doors and stuff. I wasn't like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But as soon as I got to middle school, I went to Horseman Middle.
Okay.
I'm talking about, before I even went to Horseman Middle, my brother was telling me, the Haitian and American, you know what I'm saying, that little era where Americans didn't like Haitians, and we had to fight for our respect. You feel me?
Yeah, I did.
So I done came from being an A student to being a fighter. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And when sixth grade, I'm talking about, man, I had to be one of the ones to just set it off and just hit a dude in his, you know what I'm saying?
Right. One hit a quitters
right,
back.
you feel me?
Right.
And we used to slap box a lot to practice on, fighting skills and stuff like that.
Right.
And then, things change. You don't feel me? I started skipping school. I was like, man, forget school. You know what I'm saying? I was with the fellas, you know what I'm saying? We grew up robbing, stealing, you know what I'm saying? Fighting all the time and just doing all that, that stuff that just pollute our minds, dog. Right. You feel me?
So let's kind of dive a little bit deeper. Let's see if you can reminisce some of the, let's say, your troublemaking back then. What was your mindset that you can right now say, man, that was stupid because I went down that road.
Bro.
Like, go ahead, let
like,
it drop.
I just feel like, man, like we had something to prove. You
Gotcha.
feel me?
Gotcha.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of us don't come from bad backgrounds.
Facts.
Because I had my mom and my dad in the house.
Wow.
So I can't really say like, yo, my dad was gone, so
Right.
that just made me a troubled child. Nah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? My brother, he was the rug rat in the family. You know what I'm saying? He
Gotcha.
was 1 year older than me, man, and he was just doing his thing. So really, I was a follower because
Gotcha.
I wanted to follow my brother. You feel me?
Gotcha.
So whatever my brother did or he thought that was cool, that's what I did.
Right.
So that right there, that's what influenced me to, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, jump into the streets. You feel me?
Gotcha.
So yeah, man, I was a follower. That's what it like
Boiled down to,
right?
Yeah.
So,
All right. So after that, because I just wanted to chime in on the mindset, and also too because you used association. But did you feel like you had to follow to also protect yourself? Like, was that one of the, let's say, go-to points in your mind? Like, I gotta stay clicked up because the Americans is jumping against us, or you know, coming back and back, or would that be one of the?
Nah, I don't even think it was like that because it's like, yo. As Haitians, we used to cause trouble. You feel me?
Gotcha.
Like, cause a lot of like our enemies was in class.
Okay.
We was the one running the hallways
Yeah.
and going to substitute classes and
Running
fighting
shop.
them.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like, man, they got one of them boys. Hey, man, let's go into the class and just jump on them. We used to cause the problems. You feel me? So, no, it was not about protection. It was just, man, like trying to set a name for ourselves.
Gotcha.
That's what it was about.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Had something to prove.
Yeah, man. We
Gotcha.
had something to prove.
Gotcha.
Don't mess with Haitians, man.
I feel you. So let's talk about, okay, you're a troublemaker.
Yeah.
You're doing your thing, not good thing, right? But you're doing your thing,
Right.
And so what happened thereafter?
Man, what happened thereafter is like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, we doing in school is like we doing outside of school too.
Gotcha.
So, like, man, I never forget the first time, you know what I'm saying, one of the hood gangsters, you feel me, came to me and was like, yo, Jit, you want to make some money? I was about 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to say who it was, you feel me, because we ain't all we ain't into
you don't
that.
do all that. Yeah.
So, like, man, he was like, Jit, you want to make some money? I'm like, yeah, what's up? Then, man, it's like I was uptown Little Haiti. So it's like, man, dude drugged me to downtown Little Haiti, midtown Little Haiti, on 5'5", 5'6", and I started serving crack.
Okay.
You feel me? I started selling crack at 12 years old.
Gotcha.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, at that time, you know what I'm saying? Now that I'm selling crack and making money, I don't care about school. So when I'm going to school now, I'm dressed up. You feel me? I'm fly.
Yep.
For a 12-year-old.
Right.
And you know what I'm saying? Now it's like I started getting locked up. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, going to juvie, to the jack, getting out, going to juvie. Like, bro, I don't even remember a time I spent a whole month out without going to juvie. My whole teenage years.
Wow.
Yeah. That was a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, being institutionalized as a kid. You feel me?
And so I just have a question. Even in that going back and forth and in and out, you got a reputable name for yourself. They knowing you when you walking in. All right, I see you 2 weeks from now. You get what I'm saying? Nothing in your mindset was like, let me change this at this point.
No.
Gotcha.
No, like,
I'm listening.
We ain't have all that. You feel me? Like, we ain't had the older kids or the adults that be in the hood telling us, yo, Jit, this ain't the life, man. Like, they was encouraging us to, to keep being bad. Yeah.
That's great.
They was encouraging us to keep doing gangster shit. They used to be like, oh, they the young. If it was
young
like,
hitters.
If it was a name, let's just say Zoe Mafia. Oh yeah, this is Zoe Mafia Jr. or the Lil Zoe Mafia. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was like, man, you already know what they say. Like, when you keep calling the kid a name, they gonna grow up to live to be that name.
Right.
You feel me? So that's what it was. So we ain't nobody. We was not thinking about changing at that time. We wanted to do worse. We want to do worse, man.
Okay.
And we did. You know, we was doing crazy stuff, man,
Gotcha.
back in those days, man. You
Gotcha.
know, and man, now as an adult, you feel me? It's like, man, yo, we was doing dumb stuff. Like, okay.
So I have a question, right? The question is, did you have any difficulties in your life to make you continue to do what you're doing? Because you know how some people be like, man, I'm struggling. I don't got the money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't got, the fresh J's. Man, I'm slacking in school. You get what I'm saying? Like,
because
I'm listening.
For one thing, it's like, man, yo, we really didn't have any struggles as kids.
Gotcha.
If we stayed kids, we would have been all right.
Gotcha.
You feel me? Like, man,
that was a good one, bro.
Yeah, if we stayed kids, we would have been all right. Like, man, we at the end of the day, we don't need those new Jordans. We really didn't.
Right.
But school, at Hearst, man, it was a fashion show every now and then.
Okay.
But yo, man, that thing that's a trap. Keep Jordans, King Griffey's,
right?
Grant Hills,
right.
Back in the days, Grant Hill used to be off the chain too.
Facts.
But yeah, man, like
that goes back to the following and something to prove,
yeah.
Right.
And like at that moment, it was like, man, like I said before, I didn't have no struggles. My struggles came in when I started smoking.
Gotcha.
You feel me? I started smoking at 12 years old.
Dang.
You feel me? Like, man, you know how we started smoking? We started smoking with like getting the school paper and putting grass. Right. Hey, yo, if you never
light it on the stove.
I'm telling you, yo, if a kid tell you never started smoking like that,
right?
I ain't talking about you millennials. Like, y'all got
lost.
Yeah,
they
it's
lost
in front of y'all.
Yeah,
it was not in front of us like that.
Facts.
You feel me? Like, we couldn't just. We ain't have weed and all that like that. You feel me? So we'll go outside, get some school paper, and put some grass, and you know what I'm saying, and be like. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Acting it out.
Yeah, but then, like we started, like going into the stores and going in the tobacco aisle, and then we'll take it and run out the store. You feel me? That's how we had to do it.
Gotcha.
Smoking Black and Miles and stuff. But I remember the first time, man, I smoked weed. Oh my God. Man. I'll never forget that experience. Bro, I thought I was in a dream.
Okay.
Like in a dream. I thought my reality was fake. So I'm waking up, I'm like, yo,
bugging,
bruh. And you know what? It was only 5 minutes that I had laid down and closed my eyes, and I thought I was in another world when I woke up. I was like, yo, what time is it?
Right,
bro. We gotta go home.
Which brings addiction at that point because you want to experience it again.
Right. Then we started experiencing it again.
Yep.
Kept on doing it, and then that is where our struggles happen.
Okay.
Because now it's like now we need weed.
Right. Addiction brings the problems.
Right. Now we need money.
Facts. To support the habit.
To support the habit. You
Right.
feel me? So that goes to say that we cause our bad habits that cause
Say that, bro.
financial problems.
Yeah.
Cause man, yo, I'm telling you, like, bro, and now I'm coming to, like, you know what I'm saying, now in modern day, like, bro, I don't wear designer, dude.
Okay.
Like, bro, I could go into, like, before my girlfriend,
Okay,
babe, if you listening to this,
shout out. Go ahead.
But before, like, bro,
yeah,
I didn't need no Givenchy. I didn't need no Gucci. I didn't need no Louis.
Right.
I could go into a club and still pull the baddest with a Burlington shirt. You feel me? Like, bro, like, dog.
The talk game.
Fact. And who you are as a person, man, your deminor.
That's
you know
it.
what I'm saying?
That's
like,
it.
man, yeah, your physique is everything.
Facts.
Don't look at my physique now.
Facts.
That's been a struggle for me since I've
So
been out.
let's move forward a little bit,
Okay.
bro. So, okay, you're in the streets, you're doing your thing, you know what I'm saying, you're bobbing and weaving, you're in and out of jail. What happens next?
Man, I go into a program at 14.
Okay.
It's like one of those level 6 programs, and like it was like a boot camp.
Okay.
And right there, that is where I started to become a man. Because I ain't know how to do no push-ups. And man, yo, it was like, yo, you don't know how to do no push-ups. I was always a chubby dude, you know what I'm saying, as a kid. And I started to learn discipline, you feel me, at those, you know, institutions. And then at 16, you know, as soon as I got out the first program, I caught a Grand Theft Auto charge and went to another program because it was not even 4 or 5 months until I caught my next case.
Right.
And then I went to Bay Point. And then at Bay Point, that's when I, you know, like started taking my music thing. You know, I was like, you know what, man, let me try something else. Because now it's like I ain't got no, it's like we got all the time in the world while we locked up. So I started writing and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying? Like, when I got out, I recorded my first song, Grill That Nigga, East That Hoe.
Okay.
You feel me? And that, you know, that, yeah, that was, you know, that was a phrase back then. Grill that nigga, East That Hoe, slow. You feel me? And then it's like, I started, you know, trying to transition into the music. You feel me? And then I seen the music wasn't really doing too much. And then
moving as fast as you was moving.
Yeah, I retracted back to selling dope.
Yeah.
And then, you know what I'm saying, we was like really getting money, you feel me? And in the hood. And it was one situation, man, that happened, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I was given the gun to hold, you feel me? And like 5 minutes after I was given that gun, yo, ATF and DEA rushed the block. You feel me? And boom. Just that fast. I'm talking about 5 minutes, bro. Like, it was not even past 5 minutes. And DEA and ATF had me, you know what I'm saying, in the car going to the federal building in Miami.
Wow. So one thing I know we preach here, or just emphasize that, you know, 2 minutes can cause the rest of your life.
Mine was 5 minutes.
You get right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
that
man,
small of a time can affect like a big majority part of your life.
Yeah, man.
You know, not being sound in the mind.
Right.
And even as a Don, you know, learning how to have self-restraint. You know, even knowing how to say no. Right. You get what I'm saying? And walking away from a situation. How did you feel at that moment while ATF was coming in or, you know, bombarding you? How did you feel at that moment?
Man,
if you could reflect.
Yeah, like at that moment, it was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I got
this real.
Yeah, I got this pistol in my hand. You feel me? And like, who this is, like, stopping in front of us like that. You know what I'm saying? We were just chilling on the block. You know what I'm saying? And then I just ran. And, you know, like, I tossed the pistol, whatever, and they found it. And then, yo, like, they was like, yo, why you ran? You know what I'm saying? Like, I caused that. They see, they go another one. we cause our own problems. It's just the ripple effect that really hurts us. You feel me? And then, man, yo, we was on our way to Miami, downtown Miami, bruh. And then I'm thinking I'm finna go to the county. Hell nah, we went inside of a tunnel. Yeah. This is something different. Yeah, it was like, you know who you ran from? You ran from a federal agent. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you got a pistol and you a felon? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then, man, after that, boom, I entered the federal prison system. You know what I'm saying? And then I never forget, like, man, like, if I could send a message to y'all out there, I'm telling you, bro,
it ain't worth it.
Bro, when you hit that Fed system, I'll never forget when I asked one of the dudes that was in there, I was like, man, you think they finna give me probation? He like, jit, they don't got probation in here. You got a number, right? You like, yeah. You say you in prison already. Yeah. You gone. Yeah. There's no pre-trial. They don't have that. They say you going to prison. I'm like, God damn. Like, bruh. And I did, you know, like at that time, I did 20 months. Okay. 24 months, you know what I'm saying, for a pistol. But, you know, I didn't really have no priors like that. I just had that one prior, right. You feel me, that made me a felon, you know what I'm saying, as an adult. Right. But the way they do it in the prison system, they go by a scale. Like, you know what I'm saying, like, if I was a you know, like getting caught all the time as an adult, okay, and I had two, like, let's just say I got caught with a pistol, but I have 2 drug charges, right, or I have 2 violent crimes, right, prior,
then your skill go
now
up.
My skill go up.
Right.
But if you have 2 of those, you already automatically armed career criminal, which is 15 years minimum mandatory. So like, bro,
not worth
that
it,
yo,
man.
trust me. Just imagine, like, I did have those priors, and it was nothing. Let's just say that.
So you wouldn't even be here right now.
Nah, I wouldn't.
You'd still be serving your time.
No, actually, I would, because you remember I did. Like, we gonna go into
Yeah.
So like, I would have been here, but because it was long ago.
Okay,
You get what I'm
Gotcha,
saying?
gotcha.
So
the time has already passed.
right, it's already passed.
Gotcha.
You feel me? So at that time, I was 19.
Okay, gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? I was 19 years old, going on 20. Entered the federal system at 20 years old. Got out at 21 years old around that time. Going on 22. And then the same time that I got out, I thought I could outsmart, you know what I'm saying? Like I could outsmart the system. But not knowing, one thing that can't lie, one subject that can't lie is math. So if I'm 2 years in prison, that means that I'm 2 years behind. So if I come into modern day reality, in the modern day world and society, and say, I could outsmart these crackers, bro, they 2 years ahead of me. There's nothing that I could probably do to get away.
Yeah, you missed the whole buildup of the new system.
You feel me? Like, man, I never thought like that. I think like that now.
Right.
But boom, I started selling dope. You know what I'm saying? Me and my brother. And we got caught again. And I didn't do 1 year out of the feds and got caught again.
So now you got to serve more time.
Man, more time. That judge was not lenient on me, dog. That judge said, man, 144 months in prison. Man, I was like, 144 months? Oh, I could do that. But when I subtracted that by 12, not subtract, but divided it by 12, 12 years. Yeah. And guess what? I did all of it because they only give you 15%. You know what I'm saying? You do 85% of it. That's the 15% is game time, and you could lose it, which I did. And I did the whole 12.
Hey.
Yeah, man.
So in this debacle, this situation that you in, that you caused yourself, right? Even coming out to, let's say, restart. So while you're in the system, right, briefly. So while you're in the system, what is your mindset?
The first 2 years was hell.
Right.
Because, you know what I'm saying?
You got to get acclimated.
Yeah. Because like the first year, you going through the process, going to court,
right,
getting sentenced, you know what I'm saying? And then they got to find out where they're going to send you. And the feds, 9 times out of 10, you're not staying in Florida. Like if wherever you from, you're not gonna stay in that state.
Gotcha.
They could send you anywhere they want.
Okay.
Anywhere. They could. I don't care. They'll send you to Puerto Rico.
Gotcha.
You get what I'm saying? They'll do that. So it's like, bro, my life was. I felt like my life was over. I looked at the 12 sentence as a life sentence. I was like, I can't make it to 12 years.
12 years.
Like, bruh, like, I can't do that. Like, man, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was real hard. And then, my brother, they separated us. You feel me? Because my brother got his time. And then he was like, man, you know what? Fuck it. He started, man, acting up. Yeah, I was always the chill one. You feel me? And they split us up inside of the pretrial center. And then he was on another floor. I was on another floor. Then they shipped him out. And then they shipped me out. I went to Jessup, Georgia. You feel me? Where I, did 8 years. And as I got into Jessup, Georgia, it was like, bro, let's do it. You feel me? Like, it was fighting. It was, man, trying to, same thing, trying to make a name
for yourself.
Yeah, man, until one time, like I had a fight with my celly. And, you know what I'm saying, we had got locked up. And then, man, we had to do like a month and some change in a hole. Yo, that hole is a hole.
Gee.
Yeah, that hole is a hole. You're not coming out. You're not coming out. So being in there and then like really like, you know how they say like how you see in movies, how they like the wall be closing in? That's real. That's a real thing. That's not fake.
That's
not
a site. The site plays with you,
bro. That's a real thing. Like we could
psyche.
Like literally, like the walls was closing in, bro.
Gotcha.
And then at that time, that's when I told myself, I say, man, you know what? I'm gonna start working out. I'm gonna lose weight, and I'm finna get into, you know what I'm saying, the HVAC AC trade.
Yeah.
Because, you know, in federal prison, they provide that.
Yeah.
They provide that. So like,
because you had the option to do what, CDLs as well.
Everything.
Okay.
Like they even have like a little platform where they allow people, because, you know, it's all types of high class, like classified dudes. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And these people are like brokers, you know what I'm saying? They know about the stock market, real estate, investors, man, people that know all types of stuff, and they give them a platform where they could teach, you know, all the inmates what they know. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's up to us to want to, you know, join the class and stuff like that. It's like a continuous educational thing.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So, man, I was taking all those classes. I wanted to know about finance, which I did. Man, I learned about all types of stuff.
Now, before you continue, I'm finna throw something at you.
Throw it at me, dog. Catch it.
I know. Because this finna hit you, bro. All that you learned in the feds could have been learned while you was already out.
Right.
And when you reflect on it, how do you feel about that?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like what type of emotions, like I know frustration, you know, aggravation, being angry, but what emotion or how do you like technically feel that, you know, I shouldn't be in jail learning this. Right. I was already an A student. You get what I'm saying? But of course I followed, you know, trying to prove something, but I could have been proving things a different way. Mm-hmm. So go ahead and expound on that. Let it drop.
I mean, like, at the end of the day, like, I ain't even gonna lie. Like,
I'm listening.
I didn't even think like that.
Gotcha.
Man, yo, like, I might say some things that y'all might be like, what? Man, this nigga tripping.
Facts.
But
it never hit you.
Nah, it didn't hit me. Because it's like, man, yo, if I was out, I probably wouldn't even do it my damn self.
Gotcha. So it was more.
You think I would have went to school? They had Job Corps. They had this.
Facts,
they had that.
Facts.
I'm talking about these people giving it to you for free. Man, who want to go? Like, even at Bay Point, the last juvenile program I was at, I was a football player. And I had won Offensive Lineman of the Year. Yeah, they was like, man, yo, don't go home. I'm going to put you through college. You feel me?
Yep.
Like, they were saying, man, we're going to pay for your school. We gonna pay for your clothes, food, everything. We gonna provide everything, man. Just play football and stay here. Don't go back to the streets. And
was something calling you back to the streets?
The streets.
Okay.
It was the streets. It was like, man, you just want to go home. You feel me? You know, because our mind is looking at it as we locked up. When I didn't even look at it that it was an opportunity.
Yep. That's exactly what I wrote down.
Yeah, it was an opportunity. Like, and as I took that same, like, you know what I'm saying? Now that I know it now, it's like I'm looking at prison as an opportunity now.
That's crazy.
It took 12 years, man, for them to throw the book at me. You feel me? For me to be like, yo,
yeah,
this is an opportunity.
So I got something else to add. Ask, right? So you're saying that no one around you was like, yo, bro, let's try to go this route. You know, like pursue the football. Nobody's prepping you, your parents or a cousin or something like that.
Nope.
So you entrapped by your environment the whole time.
The environment had me.
Gotcha.
It had me like, yo.
Now let me ask you a question, because the Word of God talks about like God will make a way of escape. Right. So you had the opportunity, because people don't look at it like that, like the opportunity. But the football, you know, was an opportunity. What else you can think that came your way at your table that gave you an opportunity to get out, but we don't pay attention to it? What else you can think? Maybe a girl. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. You know, I did, like, through growing up.
Okay.
I didn't have a girlfriend.
Okay.
You feel me? It was just like me just, finding the chick, have sex with her, and just like keep it moving because it was all about money, MOB. You feel me? Yeah. So that's how it was. But before I even went to prison, I did, acquire a girlfriend. I seen her walking. I was like, damn, boy, if I get her, I'll settle it with that. You feel me?
Yeah.
And, I did get her. You feel me? And I started, we was living with each other. We was, like making money with each other. We was saving money with each other. We was doing everything with each other. But it was like, that was another opportunity for me. But every time she used to try to, babe, don't do this. Babe, don't do that. Babe, don't do this. I ain't want to listen. It's just, we don't want to listen, bro.
Gotcha.
Like when you on drugs, bro, you're irrational. You're irrational. You know what I'm saying? It's like you go to your you only understand what you understand.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? And what we understand, that shit like entangled.
Gotcha.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, wires ain't there. You feel me?
It feel like bondage at the same time too, because you're bound by that addiction.
But you don't look at it as you bondage.
Right.
You look at it as, man, yo, this is a part of me, man. Like, hey, let me get this. You know what I'm saying?
Like
And, weed now is addictive.
I bet.
But it was addictive too. But guess what? One thing that people don't know is that the addiction usually come from the person.
Okay.
So me, I have an addictive nature.
Gotcha.
I learned that, you know what I'm saying, through therapy and, you know what I'm saying, drug program. I have an addictive nature. Anything that I like, I overdo it.
Obsessive.
So, right. Yeah. So now this is not just, you know what I'm saying, food or smoking.
That's something that's something you drop right there.
Right. It could be anything. It could be like, you know what I'm saying, like having sex with, different people. Yeah. It could be like going to the club all the time. Like, you know what I'm saying? It could anything you could be addicted to. But the addiction is in you, not because because when you look at it, they say cocaine is addictive, right? Right. They say it's bad, right? But guess what? Cocaine is used in medicine.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Ecstasy is used by therapists to give it to us, but the drug itself ain't bad.
It's how we use it.
It's how we use it. Right. So if we continue to use it and we, abuse it, that's when it's bad.
Exactly.
The addiction is bad.
I agree with that.
The addiction is bad. So,
All right. So now moving forward, you're in the programs, you're learning, because I put down education. And so now you're educating yourself in different ways and different forms. And because of the struggle that you did go through, now you're at a point where you have to educate yourself. So how did this education kind of like help you do the rest of your 4 years? I believe it'll be within that time frame, because you said up there in Georgia you had 8.
Yeah, I did 8. I did 8 in Georgia. So
the rest of your 4 years, how did that? You
talking about my last 4 years?
Right.
So,
because you transitioning out at this point. Now you're educated. I will believe that you're educated.
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet, because my education came at the end.
Right. The last 4 years, right?
No, the last year.
Okay.
Because remember, like you only understand looking back.
Okay.
You can't understand looking forward. You'll never understand the future,
right? Because it's no vision in front.
It haven't happened, but you learn looking back.
Gotcha.
So at the 12th year, that's when I learned everything. You know what I'm saying? I didn't learn nothing at the 5th year, 6th year, 7th year, but in the 5th year, I learned what I learned. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the history of the 5 years. My history. At the 5 year mark, it was like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I was like going to the yard, playing dominoes. I was working out, you know what I'm saying? Kicking a bobo, like really doing nothing. Gotcha. You feel me? Like, gotcha. But then as soon as I started going to school, it's like, yo, I had to learn discipline. Cause I didn't even want to stay in school.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? HVAC was my first trade.
Gotcha.
And it was hard. I wanted to quit because I'm looking at everybody else going to the yard. They about to go have fun. You know what I'm saying? They about to go walk the yard and talk and mingle. You feel me? But me, I got to make the left to go to school and just sit in the cold room and read books all day.
So in that, I just have to ask the question, right? This is a personal question.
Okay.
So you know that you done wrong. You know that, you have a future to go to. And so still the idea of like, let me go and enjoy myself instead of let me go and educate myself.
Right.
Why was that to me? That should not be a battle. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So nothing in your brain, was like, let me focus on educating myself. So going back to it, what was the battle? What was that?
No, like at that time, it was like the third year.
Okay,
Remember I told you I got into a fight with my celly.
gotcha.
At that time, being in a hole for the first time in my whole entire life, really, I can't say that because juvenile hall was a hole. Yo, they treat kids worse than they treat adults.
Wow.
You know that, right?
No, I didn't know.
Yeah, man, in the county and all that, like you in the cell.
I believe that.
But in juvie,
I get what you saying.
they put one kid per room and they lock you up.
Yes,
like,
I
bro.
understand. Okay, I get.
You're
what you're
locked
saying.
up.
Yeah, gotcha.
Like, man, yo, it's like they treat us like animals, dog. Like, for real. So that's why it's like they conditioned us to take, you know what I'm saying, like abuse as a kid. So when we get, you know what I'm saying, like older, we could tolerate it.
Right, you could. Yeah,
We could tolerate it.
Right.
So prison ain't nothing. I just went through juvie. Oh, fuck that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna keep on doing crime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how prison is. All right. They already conditioned us as kids.
That's crazy.
You feel me? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, when you really think about it, like, man, yo, okay, boom.
Yeah, I just had a forethought. Yeah,
Right, I'm coming in and out of juvie. Yo, let's treat them like, you know what I'm saying? Let's not give them no privileges, like nothing. And you already know, kids, we more ruthless as kids than adults.
Right.
So, man, when we see our enemy in line and we going the opposite way, and like we going back to the mall and they going to the cafeteria, man, we jumping out of line and we fighting. So now it's a whole like riot in the juvenile system. But they look at us like animals. They like, man, yo, these little kids can't be tamed. So they lock us up. But going into like that time where I felt like I was in a hole in my first 2 years in federal prison, it was like, yo, bruh, I couldn't take that. I say, man, I'm finna go to school. I'm finna start, man, working out, and I'ma just do it, man. Forget that. And then, I signed up to school. They made me wait another year, and then in that year, I was still, I was transitioning, but I was still, you know what I'm saying, like going to the yard, you know what I'm saying, like being a prisoner.
Gotcha.
You feel me? I was being a prisoner, like someone who's like institutionalized until, I started reading like books. One of my first book was 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey or Stephen Covey. 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And that book taught us that, you know what I'm saying, in order to change anything, our reality, we have to start with ourselves. Yep. You can't change nothing else until you start changing the way you think. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't change the way you think, nothing will change.
Now, in prison, did you try to associate with like-minded people?
I mean, yeah. Because I tried, but, like, man, sometimes you might, you might see, because, man, in there, there's guys that, man, like, they up there. You feel me? Like, these people were millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Billionaires. Like, these people had money. I was in there with Big Meech.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? Big Meech from BMF?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was in there with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? But, he was not like one of the guys that, you know what I'm saying, wanted to change his life at that time. I think he had like 30 years. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, with him on the pound, it was like, man, it was a lot of ruckus. Like, dudes want to be groupies, want to be BMF and all that stuff. Like, that's another story, man. Like, that shit, they were crazy. But But
I
like
bet.
like some of the other guys that was, you know what I'm saying, like already there didn't want to like associate with us because they felt like we were fake. Like we'll try to, we'll say that we want to change, but then when they give us a chance, it's like they see we start skipping their classes and they start seeing us, you know what I'm saying, on the yard or, not going into the educational department. And so they'll just be like, oh yeah, man, I ain't dealing with dude, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like it was, man, either you was real or you was fake when it comes to change. You feel me? Gotcha. So you had to change yourself first before anybody could have, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there was people that was willing to change, but we still felt like we was in prison.
Right.
So it's like, man, man, what are you doing, bro? You reading? Why? Like, nigga, the hell you reading financial books for? Nigga, like, man, let's go outside. But me, I was one of the only ones. I was one of the ones that was like, nah, I'm good. I'm gonna stay in and just read because I know that I had an end date.
Right.
So now I started thinking for the future instead of thinking for like right now. You get what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah. So okay. So now you at your last year, right? You about to get out. What's the mind frame? You finish the HVAC.
Yeah, I finished HVAC, and then after HVAC, I felt like, man, this is gonna be, like a big gap. So I took another trade. I took electrical technology, electrical wiring, and I became an electrician too. So, like I'm an HVAC technician now, and I'm an electrician now. So that right there, it took like 3 years each. You know what I'm saying? It took 3 years each to finish those courses. And now that's 6 years. I'm like 6 years plus the 3. So now I'm 9 years in. I got 3 more to go.
Okay. So
in those 3.5 years or whatever like that, like I started getting back into trouble because I was like, I need money. So now I was like, man, sneaking in cigarettes and stuff. Like, a pack of cigarettes in prison was $300. The Newport box you could get like $300. Yeah. So, I was able to get it in. You feel me? And you know what I'm saying? Like, just started making money. And then, you know what I'm saying? I got like, we started getting cell phones and stuff like that. Okay. And then boom, I got caught with a cell phone. And that's when I went to the hole again. So, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, God damn. This time it was like, this time it was different. It was like, this month in the hole was worth it because I saved a lot of money. You feel me? And they couldn't take it because they ain't really know where it was coming from. Right. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I got thousands and thousands of dollars in my account. Man, I'll go to the hole for that. You feel me? So when I went to, they shipped me to Mississippi. Mississippi was a joint that we opened in the beginning, but you know what I'm saying? That's when they shipped us off to Georgia. That's why I did my time. But then we went back to Mississippi because it was like a disciplinary joint. And, that was gladiator school, bro. That was gladiator school. I'm talking about, man, I seen like people die. Like, man, people hang themselves. Like, it was like, that shit was crazy, dog.
The hard knocks at that point.
And you know what? That was in 8 weeks that I was there.
And you seen that much?
Yeah, because I only stayed there 8 weeks, and I had the opportunity, to get transferred from that prison to a drug program. Now, the drug program is the interesting part, because the drug program, I was like, now I'm like 2 years in, like 2 years like to get out. Right. Now, the drug program is the most interesting part that made me who I am today. That program right there, that is the program that taught me how to like really, really, really like think, how to be rational. You know what I'm saying? They taught me how to like identify thinking errors that we go through as people. See, a lot of people don't know that we have thinking errors. And you know what I'm saying? They gave us these things. They gave us these things, and they taught us how to identify it in people and in ourselves. They taught us communication skills. They taught us, man, how about, you know what I'm saying, relationships. They taught us how to, like, you know what I'm saying, be instrumental support to other people. Like, dog, they taught us that 2 years was the best time of my life. Like, you know what I'm saying, in the prison system. Yeah. That 2 years. And the time I went to school.
Right.
Because now I got my own, you know what I'm saying, company as an AC. I got my own AC company and I'm doing well. You feel me? So, but yeah, man, like, just like, that's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, like coming from, a dude that, a kid, that was good. And I just had a rough patch. Like right there. Like, from like when I was 12 to when I was 19. You feel me? And them 5 years, man, led me to a 12-year bid. You get what I'm saying? But, I'm 5 year out now. And I think I lived those 5 years.
You made up.
Yeah. Yeah.
For the lost time.
Yeah. I lived more in these 5 years than I did my whole entire life.
Yeah. Because you was locked down.
Right. I was
out of the loop.
I was locked in.
So now you're out.
Yeah.
I want to start from this point. Now you're out. And so how was it difficult to adjust? Your first, most people would adjust the 5 years, but your first year adjusting.
It was not difficult at all.
Okay.
And the reason why it was not difficult because, what I'm saying, like the amount of books I learned, what I'm saying, and I learned how to meditate and do that type of stuff, is like it taught me that my real reality is in my mind. Okay. Like what we looking at right now is not really reality. Okay. Reality is up here. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, man, when I first got out, it was like I never left. But I looked at it as, man, this is not my hood. This ain't my hood. You feel me? Like, man, like, because my halfway house was in Little Haiti. But then it was like, man, I never left. And I started working out. Everything that I was doing in prison, the working out and, reading and doing all that, I came out to do it here. You know what I'm saying? I came out doing it and I had money. So I didn't have to go sleep on nobody's couch.
That's what's up.
You feel me? Like, man, like I ain't had to do none of that. And one of the biggest things that was like on my mental banner to see all the time was like, don't be like that person to ask, to ask for help.
Gotcha.
Why? Because it's like, man, like they always say that, like people get out of prison and they try to use people. Yep. I didn't want to be labeled as that.
Gotcha.
So I would never ask for help. But
you made it happen.
I made it happen.
Right.
So I got money. Now I know financial skills. I know about credit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was, man, I hit the ground running, dog.
I hear you.
Bruh.
Hit the pavement. Go.
I hit the ground running. Like I was my 1 month in a halfway house I was about to get out, I already had an apartment. I already had an apartment when I was in the halfway house. Right. When I was going to work, I was working with my a friend of mine. He got an electrical company, and that's when I started using my skills. You know what I'm saying? What I went to school for. And he was like, damn, like, nigga, where you learn all this from? I was doing what he could do. And he had helpers that he had to tell what to do. Right. You feel me? So he felt comfortable with taking me to Wynwood because he was doing a lot of the work in Wynwood. And he was comfortable with leaving me with his helpers and just saying, Andy, run it. Right. Just do it. Wire it up. I trust you. You feel me? So, like, man, at that point, that's when I started making money. I was like, I ain't even got to touch my money. My dog paid me $30 an hour. You feel me? At that time, getting out of prison, we was getting paid pennies, bro. We was getting, I think, like $15 a month in prison. So, you know what I'm saying? Now I'm getting $30 an hour.
That's a total difference, man.
Yeah, my dog paying me, like, sometimes we'll do 10 hours, so he getting me $350 a day. You get what I'm saying? I could live like that, but you know what I'm saying? And I was real strict on, you know what I'm saying, the activities and recreation that I had out here. Gotcha. Until my brother introduced me to Club Iguanas. God damn. I started going to Club Iguanas, bruh. Like, bruh, that was what. Yo, I ain't gonna lie, that was the best. You know, like the
experience,
like a feel good experience. You feel me? But still, it's like it made me go down a little bit.
Okay.
It made me go down a little bit because I was one of those dudes that go, be going.
You
to
go
sleep.
hard.
I used to go to sleep at 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was way smaller than this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like man, yo, I used to run every morning. I used to get up at 4:30, run. You know what I'm saying? Go to the gym and be doing all types of stuff, bruh. But then when I started going to the clubs. Because I was not drinking now or smoking.
Oh, right.
I stopped smoking in prison.
Okay.
That's another thing. That's another big thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought I was never going to stop smoking.
Gotcha.
I used to smoke cigarettes. I used to smoke weed.
Wow.
And I was addicted. Remember the addictive nature?
Right.
Like, bruh, I was addicted. 2 packs a day. I'm spending like, man, I'm smoking an ounce a day.
A day?
A day. Like, bro, I use the restroom, I gotta smoke. I walk to the store, I gotta smoke. We go outside, we gotta smoke. After my mom chewed us out, we gotta smoke. Bro, walking to school, we gotta smoke.
Right.
Like, bro, and that was nothing. Man, I got introduced at Iguanas. After Iguanas had shut down, we was going to Nomies.
Okay.
So now this chick introduced me to the little hookah pen shit.
Yeah.
Yo, that was like 3.5 years ago. Bro, I was addicted to that. It was recently I stopped smoking that hookah stuff, and I went through what they call a smoker's flu.
Okay, like a withdrawal.
A withdrawal.
Yeah.
Yo, they thought I had COVID.
Because you was over there.
I'm serious,
shaking and sweating.
Bro,
Jeez.
at night I used to be in sweats.
Yeah.
I used to be shivering. I had phlegm always coming out. Like my phlegm was the color of these jewels, bro.
Yeah.
Like, man, it was crazy, bro.
Gotcha.
The chemicals that they putting in them shit, them shit's fucked up, bro.
Yep.
They fucked up,
I
bro.
believe that.
So it's like, I just started. I was real strict on my activities, and then, man, I started getting introduced to
you
the
loosen
world
the belt
again.
some.
I started getting introduced to the world again, and my addictive nature started kicking in. Like, damn, now I love going to the clubs.
Mm-hmm. What I wanted to talk about, because as you was mentioning about being addicted or declining as you got out, you loosen the belt some. And self-restraint, staying focused on the task at hand, after you got out, staying focused to build yourself up. Now you're in a halfway house, but you got an apartment. Mm-hmm. After that, you didn't slow roll. You know what I'm saying? Like you hit the ground running straight ahead,
Had
bro.
to run.
You get what I'm saying? So your focus, that beam that you was focusing on, what was it? What gave you that hunger to stay focused? What drove you? Because I know being in prison for 12 years is already in like a initiator. Right. You get what I'm saying? But what else?
Well,
that you can think about.
Well,
because you know how some people, they say because I missed out on the 12 years and I think I missed out on life, I ain't finna go through that down that path anymore.
Right.
So
there's a lot of people that, you know what I'm saying, like, it's like around that time, like when you do the time that I did, and it's like majority of the people, they're institutionalized. So, and especially the ones that ain't really do nothing or get a trade or nothing like that, they out here blaming everybody for their like misfortunes.
Bro, you just hit if I could grab it faster.
Cause bruh,
I'm listening.
Yo, like it's like, yo, I never knew that we have control.
Bro.
Yo,
keep it coming.
Yo, cause you know what? That's one of the biggest attitudes that they taught us, responsibility. The ability to respond.
I like
when you break that word down,
I like that.
Responsibility, the ability to respond.
is the responsibility.
Yo, when I figured out and I found out that I could respond and I'm in control of my response, that's when life really changed for me. Bro, I accept responsibility for everything. That's the thing that helped me through life now.
Gotcha, bro.
Dog, if my light get cut off, yo, it's my fault, not FPL.
Not FPL.
If I get put out my house, it's my fault.
It's my fault.
Yo, it's my fault.
It's crazy that I wrote this down, right? That I actually wrote down from, because also I put down distractions, but what I put down was maturity. Right. And in maturity, you grow up, right? And then you handle your business, which is what you did, but responsibility and accountability. And you took it full throttle. You didn't even look on my cheat sheet.
Nah.
You get what I'm
it's
saying?
Already here.
Yeah. Yeah,
feel me? Like, man, yo, like, you gotta understand that, man. If you take responsibility for everything that happened to you, not I'm gonna take responsibility what happened to that person or that person. No, to you. So, like, now I be going to the clubs, right?
Yep.
And I be seeing guys and females. They don't want to hang with a certain crowd, right? Yep. But yo, you don't have to hang with you don't have to hang with that crowd.
Right.
But every now and then it's like you could see like the mean mug in their face, and then when you go talk to them, it's like, man, I don't even want to be here with this dude, or I don't even want to be here with this chick.
Wow.
But yo, you brought yourself here. Right. They didn't bring you here.
Facts.
You got the right to say no.
You got the right to say.
So if you don't say no and you in the club, if anything happened because you were a troublemaker, you feel me? Like, you know he a trouble. He knows she a troublemaker. Facts. And you here with her, and then something happened and boom, you're involved now. Even if you're not involved, you still gonna get your ass whooped because, yo, she got her ass whooped. He got his ass whooped. Now he finna come whoop your ass for not helping him as a friend. You still responsible.
You in a lose-lose situation.
It's lose-lose. It's lose-lose, bro. Like, you put yourself in that position. You get what I'm saying? Yep. So it's like, man, we have to take responsibility in life. And then when I learned that, that's when I knew that, man, I could walk into any bank. I could walk into any bank, man, and hear the word no. Yo, I want to hold 50,000. I want to hold 10,000. And at that point, my credit score was off the chain.
Okay.
I was at a 780. Like, I learned how to build my credit score to a 780, almost an 800. You feel me? Like, in months.
That's what's up.
Because I know the criterias.
Right.
You feel me? So
read up on it.
Yeah, I read up on it, and then I took action.
Gotcha.
So it's like, man, like, it's always two steps. It's learning it and applying it.
Bro, keep it coming, man.
You gotta apply. If you can't apply, if you don't apply nothing, you can have all the knowledge in the world. It's not powerful.
Right.
Knowledge is power, but if you can't apply it, it's not powerful.
Terica always talk about that.
Yeah.
Application.
Yeah.
You know, without application, you do not really go nowhere. You get what I'm saying? You just have the knowledge and it sits there, which is like a book that sits there, or anything that sits there collects dust. Right. Then eventually, what you do end up throwing it out if you don't use it. And so you actually did the format coming out, going into a bad situation, now coming out of it. Right. So before we close it out, understanding the struggle that. And I put stop blaming others. Right. I just looked at my notes. But anything else you would have to say to the tribe that will encourage them to understand that, you know, as becoming a don or a king or just a man, you know, we're going to go through the struggles. But even as we're going through it, it's ways of escape, one. If we realize what we have done, taking accountability and all of those things, as well as educating ourselves, learning the positions that we need to put ourselves in. Anything you have to add to that as your final words, bro.
So one of the big things that I like, that was running through my mind is like, we live life, right?
Yep.
But one of the biggest things of us living life is our mental. You get what I'm saying? Is our mental state. And there's a lot of people, man, running out here, man, depressed, bro.
I agree.
Like, I talk to some people, man, and they be like, man, like it's not worth living.
Yeah.
Right? They want to give up. You know what I'm saying?
Up.
Like all this type of stuff. And I've been depressed. You know what I'm saying? I've been depressed. I've been there.
I only can imagine.
Yeah, like I've been depressed, bro. Like, but for one thing, I mean, I haven't, thought about killing myself or nothing like that. But you know what I'm saying? Like, but
you may want to hurt somebody else.
Yeah, you may want to hurt somebody else, but like, it's like you be like, you dejected, like you in a down state. Like you be like, like, for real, like I might as well just be old and die for real. Like, man, to go to like, well, what's in the next life? Because this shit ain't.
This ain't.
When you look at it like that, when you take responsibility, it's like, when you really look at it, dog, it's a one solution to that.
Tell me.
This is my solution.
Gotcha.
There's plenty of solutions.
Right.
But this is my solution.
Right.
Put goals in front of you, man.
Okay.
If you look at a depressed person, they have nothing to look forward to because they don't put anything to work towards to.
Bro, you just spoke facts.
Dog, like I'll be, you got to do getting money, doing this, doing that, but I'm at home chilling, right? But I might have a chick, you feel me, like, cause we all have importance. Importance is my relationship, money, and health.
Gotcha.
Right? So I'm over here, and let's go to the health part. I'm over here, and I'm overweight, right? Mm-hmm. And your health play a big role in your mental.
Right.
So I'm overweight. I want to be smaller and fit. Mm-hmm. But guess what? I'm home all the time. I don't work out. I'm eating crazy, right? Now I'm depressed because like I'm fat.
Right. You keep looking at yourself.
Yeah, I'm looking at myself and like,
yeah,
this and all that and that.
Yeah.
But, bro, when I put a goal and I say, I'm finna do 100 push-ups a day, then I'm finna go to the gym and do 3 sets of chest, 3 sets of arms, 3 sets of back, 3 sets of legs, and all that, bro, I promise to you, if you activate yourself and do your activities,
do it.
There's no way that you coming home depressed.
Facts. Because you put your goals in front of you.
Period. You got to put the goals in front of you. It's
that.
like, how you going to think about anything that's going to make you feel depressed if you doing the things that's going to make you feel good? You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
It's going to make you feel good. Like, people don't want to work out, but I promise to you, I never met a person that hated working out in the beginning, started working out, and still hated.
Right.
No. You're going to be addicted to working out. That shit make you feel good.
Especially when you see results.
Exactly.
You go back to the doctor and they like, yo, we're going to take you off them meds.
Man, I'm telling you.
You doing real good.
Bruh. Like, man, like we live a world, right? And it becomes a cycle. Mm-hmm. We have to just learn how to not stay in one cycle.
Yeah.
So, okay, boom. I'm going to start going to the gym, all right? Then I'm going to start this, and I'm going to do this at this time, and then I'm going to do this at that time, and then my date ends.
Yep.
You'll start doing that for months and months and months and months.
21 days, you'll break the cycle.
You'll break a cycle, right?
Right.
But the thing is, sometimes you could start getting into another cycle where you be like, you know what? I'm doing this all the time. So now it's like, it's boring.
Let me ask you this question. At that point,
you got to learn how to start another cycle.
Okay, but at that point, at the same time of starting something new, have an accountability partner.
Right, that too.
Because somebody can hold you accountable at that time, not just yourself.
Of course.
Because we get lost in the sauce.
Of course.
Especially like how you was explaining once you got out, you kind of dwindle.
Right.
But if somebody was, and also too, as you were going through life, no one was saying, hey.
Right.
And stop, yo. What you doing?
Mentorship is everything.
You get what I'm saying? At the same time, somebody just blurting something out, maybe because you could plant, like the word of God says, some people plant, some people water, but God gives the increase.
Right.
These little seeds that people plant at different times can actually activate when you did that first year.
Right.
That second year, you were like, okay, I remember that God told me not, hey, that happened to him, this, that, and the third.
Right.
Where now you have an accountability partner somewhere where you can keep searching for. But that's up to us at the end of the day.
Exactly. And you know what? Your accountability partner have to be somebody that you respect.
I understand that, and I agree.
Because you know what? Because like, let's just say I'm in my that year when I got locked up, right?
Right.
Not in prison, but as a jit.
Right.
Bruh, you know who the only one that could have changed, that could have helped influence me to change?
Probably your brother.
Exactly. I was following my brother.
Right.
Now, if my brother head was straight and he was telling me,
hey,
yo, nah, let's go, we going to school.
Right.
And you better go to school.
Right.
I would have followed him.
Facts.
So the person that, you know what I'm saying, that can help change someone has to be a person of influence.
Right.
You have to respect that person.
Facts.
You can't just pick anybody and be like, oh yeah, you got to tell me to go to the gym.
You ain't lying.
You know what you're gonna do? You gonna talk back to him. Oh man, I'll do it some other time. You ain't gonna tell that to nobody you respect.
Facts.
Sometimes it could be a girl. It could be a girl you really like,
right.
and then
let
her come tell you, man, hey, look, man, you getting a little chubby now. Like, I don't like that. You know what that's gonna make you do? Oh, you don't like that? Damn, I thought you liked the teddy bear. Oh, no, you don't like the teddy bear? Well, you know, it's cute just for now, but like, nah, we got to be healthy. Yo, that'll influence a dude to, man, become a vegan, vegetarian. Damn, I'm doing 300 push-ups every day at this time. You know what I'm saying? Like, bruh, it got to be that's why it's, to change someone, you got to find what's important to them first. Yeah. And then use that to, you know what I'm saying, help that change. You feel me? So when going back to the mental, put goals in front of you. When you put goals in front of you, you're not going to be thinking about like, yo, damn, this happened to me 5 years ago. Yeah. Because that's what we be at. We be in the past. When you feel down,
you ain't lying.
It's only three ways. You living in the past, the present, future, or you thinking for the future.
Gotcha.
The best thing to do is to stay in the present moment. Because if you don't stay in the present moment, everything that's happening to you for you now, you're not even going.
Or you get sucked back into whatever that which your mind was in. Yeah. So whatever you think you will be. Right. You know, so you think about the past. Oh, man, I remember when I used to do, this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden you find yourself going back that way. Yeah. Instead of looking present at the present moment into the future. Hey, let me just focus on this. It's only going to take 2, 3, maybe 5 years, but I'm working towards something to move forward. And you gotta like, if you just, and then these goals have to be short. I like that. You don't need long term goals. You ain't lying. Because with long term goals, you could put a long term goals and say, I want to be a millionaire. I want to make $1 million in 1 year. You still got to get through $1 first. You got to find the $1. If you can't find the $1, you can't get the 2. Facts. Then if you had 2, you got to get the 3. Speed that noise. So the short term goals is the best. I agree. Start with the short term goals. If you want to lose weight, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Oh, stop saying that, like, you know, because this is where I go wrong, and that's why I just keep the size where I'm at. Yeah. I go down, and then I get right back up because I'm not thinking. I'm only thinking for the long term. It's like I want to lose 50 pounds in 1 month. Man, come on, bro. Why not you lose a pound a week?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. Do it short term. Do short term, and then, man, and you know, time ain't waiting for nobody. Right. Trust me, you gonna get to that point where you gonna be like, yo, I lost 50 pounds. Yeah. Even if it's in a year from now, 2 years from now.
That's a good accomplishment, though.
Great accomplishment.
Right. Because after a while, that 1 turns into 2. Right. And the 2 turns into 20.
20.
You get what I'm saying?
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah.
It's like we saying these numbers. That's how much you want to lose.
Me? I probably got 15 more pounds to lose.
But you said 20, so
Yeah, I'm
I said
over.
50.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's like,
yeah,
man,
no doubt.
yo, but like, man, you put them, and then when you put those goals, apply.
Facts.
Put a plan. Just be like, you know what? It's like it's this thing that I learned. It's called SMART plan.
Okay.
So it's acronym. Like, so the S stand for specific.
Okay.
You got to be specific with your goals, right? The M start for measurable.
Okay.
Like you have
Measure.
to,
Yeah.
how long?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
The A is for attainable.
Okay.
The R is for reachable.
Right. I like
And
that.
the T is for timeable. So put a
Okay.
time on, okay, you want to lose 20 pounds? How long?
And
You
not
get what I'm saying?
Right. And not just for let's say, well, it is for personal goals
Right.
and personal gains in
Right.
certain areas. And that can go for spending time with your family.
Right.
Educating yourself.
Yep.
What else? Spiritual growth
Right.
and those things, even mental.
Right.
You know
What you talking about? I
yes.
call it the wheel of life.
Okay.
So you know what I'm saying? Like we have a circle. You feel me? Just look at it as a circle.
Yep.
And these circles got, you know what I'm saying, the spokes.
Right.
You feel me? And each spokes, just like how you just said, the
Yes.
mental relationships
Yep.
and all that.
Yep.
All that it's your spokes.
Right.
So if one of those spokes is damaged,
Yeah.
what happened to the wheel? It get wobbly, right?
Right.
It get
Right.
wobbly like
Right.
like a tire in a car.
Yeah, you got to repair it.
Right, you got to repair your spoke. You
Right.
got to know how many spokes you have in a tire.
Gotcha.
And make sure those spokes are strong so your wheel could keep turning.
Now I like how you use that, but what we use for Gemini Gems is balance. I call it the balance.
Right.
So
the
it's
balance
just
wheel.
different,
Right.
different methodology,
thing.
same thing,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I definitely agree with it.
For sure.
And on that note, I appreciate you coming on.
Oh, anytime.
Definitely appreciate you coming on. Make sure you all like, comment, and subscribe. All
Yes,
his
sir.
information will be in the description below.
Yes, sir.
Make sure you already said comment, share, and all of those things.
Share it.
Yeah, and again, what we were talking about was the struggles of a Don, right? Going through the different obstacles and situations that we can go through as men. Just explaining testimonial of Andy, and I appreciate you coming on. I'm your boy
Anytime.
DP. This
Boy, Fat to Death, aka Andy. I
Andy.
go by Andy now.
okay.
Fat to Death was the before dude. You
Right.
feel me?
So we moving forward.
Yeah, we moving forward.
Right.
And we mature over here.
Gotcha.
Grown adults.
Right. And we Gemini Gems. That's Geminis with the S.
Yes.
Gems with the Z. And what we do, we drop them gems. Go ahead and drop some gems.
Drop them gems.
I gotta drop them in the cup because you were just hitting us today.
Adam.
Y'all be wildin', man.
Drop them gems, baby.
Yeah.
Y'all go
All right.
follow.
Yeah. Have a good one. All right, y'all.
Chill.
All right.